Alright, so I got the 4-link bars on, and the axle, you want it setting at like a 6-degree angle. That's 5, 6, something like that, but you want it sitting there. And then this cross member, I had to take a strap and squeeze the frame together to get these bolts on. Now, we're going to be doing the rear axle, get it jacked up, coil over brackets, track bar brackets, and all that on. So. Alright, so we just got the rear axle in, and we set it at like a 7-degree angle on the rear one. And for these, we just took the plumb bob, went straight down, and we measured 5 1/4 over this one. And I think it's like 2 1/4 straight down from the plumb bob, because you want the coilover setting at like an angle like that, just a little. But we did that on both sides. And it looks pretty level with the track bar up there. So I think now we're going to be working on getting ready to weld all this stuff on, grinding the axles and all that. So the axles are grinded clean, ready to weld, and it's actually going to be an 8-degree angle on the rear axle. So what I've got this one at, and what I did to get these both lined up is I measured 5 1/2 inches to center, and then it's like 2 1/4 to the plumb bob on both sides. And then what I did to make sure this was level is I took the angle finder, put on here, made sure it was 90 straight up and down. So both of these should be level with each other, just like that. Now, I'm about to weld those on, and then I'll plumb bob from the frame here to get this bracket on. Alright, so I got it all tack rod in place, and I actually had to redo these. Instead of like the 5 1/4, I had to do, I think it's about 6 inches is what I did. And then to tack this bracket up, all I did was run a flush line across the frame, and then I dropped this straight down, and then that was pretty well even with the side, so that way it's all flush through there. And I got these bars on. I haven't got the other side yet, but I think it looks pretty good so far. Right, for this front bracket, you'll need to measure a 1/4 inch back to hold it that way. And then you'll just weld it on. I'm probably gonna do a time lapse of that. Alright, so I don't know how long it's been since it's probably been like 2 weeks since I made the last video, but I'm going to be making temporary coilovers so that I can set it on its own weight. But I got to finish tack welding all this on so it'll hold on its own weight. Then I got to oblong those holes there, finish getting that put in, and then finish tack welding that more, and then put in this lower track bar bracket that mounts there and there. so that way I can hopefully get it on its own weight. I got the bars in, and this front track bar mount, it mounts, I had it oblong these holes right there. There's 2 rivets that you have to take out, put them there. And then right there, there's 2 holes there. I got the track bar on. And then that's what it looks like. And then on the rear, I'm gonna weld this bracket on, tack weld it some more, and I got these fake truss or angle iron on the rear, so it's on. I still gotta slide it over, but I'm gonna weld that, get the track bar on, and then tighten everything on the rear up, and hopefully put the tires on. So I just got the rear on, these, and then the wheels, and then I didn't have the right nuts, so I had to find some that'll fit, so this is just temporary. But it's sitting at the right angle, it's sitting, I think it's about a 8 or 9, something like that. That's what the rear should be. Got the rear track bar on. I still got to do that, but I got those holes fixed there. And it's gonna be pretty tall. This should be the top of the fender well right there. Didn't get the front because these studs came off a dually, so they got bigger. It's for a bigger lug nut, and I don't have any that'll fit this. But I'll have to get some new studs so I can get that on. And then the front should be good. I finished putting some more tack welds on to hold it. And sorry for the long wait for the video. It's been like a month, been busy, but it'll be about every 2 weeks I'll be on this, and I'm hoping I can get the front on pretty soon, get it on its own weight. Coilover should be in first of the year sometime, I think. Then once those are in, finish testing everything up, and then strip it all down for powder coat, strip the axles, front and rear, and then all these holes on the frame, gonna fill those in, and then just paint the frame. So I should be a little bit more consistent